Hello. All right, welcome. So sorry about that, everyone. I had to do some really quick finicking around because our featured reader for today, Samantha, I guess she has just notified me that she's in an emergency situation right now, unfortunately, for with her neighbor's dog. So if we could all just take a moment and send some love and prayers her way, to help her with this situation. Um, and I'm so sorry that she's going through that. So, listen, so I'm just going to say hello and welcome. Hi, Samantha. Yeah, so I didn't have a volume. So when I do, it's a wonderful world of production is you kind of have to plan ahead. So when I have two people in, it's a different type of feed than if it's just me. So I had to like real quick like remove that feed and add my camera and my microphone. So I do apologize for the delay. If you are watching this, you're watching the replay. Hey, lucky all of you, you get me today. And I actually do readings. Although, my main goal and my main focus here is to really provide you all an insight as to the amazing talents and the gifts and what you can experience by joining our 2025 Iron Goddess virtual online spiritual summit, which is coming up on March 12th of this year is our first day. That's our opening ceremonies at start at 9 a.m. on the 12th. And I am so excited. I can't even believe it's less than a month. Yesterday was 1 month, and today it's like, whoa. Can you hear me now, Samantha? Or am I still? Can you hear me now? So, yeah, so pretty much, we've just been doing a lot of behind the scenes, a lot of planning. I'm really excited about the content that these women have put together. And I just want to share with you a little bit. We do have a couple of readings, so I will definitely take care of the readings, but I want to share with you a little bit about Samantha since Samantha is not able to be with us today. Again, let's just please take a moment and send some prayers out. She would have been here otherwise. She's just that type of person where she just gives wholly of herself, and if there were anything that could allow her to be here, she would. So I just want you all to know, like, I don't want that to reflect on like, oh, well, what's going to happen if I go to the summit? Is she? No, she's definitely dealing with a neighbor, and she's helping, and she's doing what she does best, and that's really being there, holding space, and helping whatever's going on with this dog. So let's help her hold space and send some love and light. And I want to tell you a little bit about her because I've known Samantha for quite a while now, and Samantha and I go way back. I first met Samantha in 2011. I'm just turning down all my blings and bings and bings and dings. So, yeah, so Samantha and I go back to about 2011 when I first moved to Florida from Massachusetts. Now, I did live in Florida a little, like, that's a whole nother story, but when my children were younger, I lived in Florida. That's another time, that's another lifetime. I came back to Florida. To start my new spiritual journey in 2011. And I met Samantha. Samantha worked she actually worked out of um, her own place, but the place that I worked out of would have monthly psychic fairs. And I met her through that. And I'll tell you, right from the beginning, like my skin is standing up. Like, what an amazing, powerful, spiritual being that she is. I remember I was back then, I was making, I made meditation CDs and hypnosis CDs and all kinds of little items to sell for retail at that time. And finding out that she had a shop in Naples, I was going over to meet with her and her partner at the time to talk about putting some of my products in her store. And she was doing one of her morning, it was early morning, she was doing one of her morning meditations. meditations, which we will get to experience and do with her. She is going to guide us through one of the morning. It's actually like kind of a morning ritual. I believe it is qigong. Um, it is amazing. It's just like all about energy movement and centering your body and connecting, and the movements are just so um they're just magical. And I saw her and I just saw this like glow coming from her, and I just knew that she was just an amazing, amazing spiritual human, a human containing all of this spiritual energy. And so we were just really fast friends. We connected, um, and and we continued to work and grow together in our spirituality. I helped her create some of her digital CDs that she has. She has meditation CDs. She has some guided meditations that help people along through their journey, through the mystic's journey, which is her website, but it helps them through their journey through the mystery school traditions. And that's really where she's deeply rooted. And it brings so much power about you. Now, I want to go back to those morning meditations because, hi, Amy, how are you today? Thank you for joining. Those morning meditations, and what she does is she made it, yay, is only going to be available to our upgrade participants for the summit. So, if you want to experience what that movement of energy is all about, and you want to come meditate with us and learn how to do it and spend some time with Samantha, I really wish you could have a chance to get to know her, but you'll get to know her a little bit more as the summit unfolds and when we go live. So she will be doing those meditations from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Well, one day at least, and then another one and another one of us. But on her day, you have to be a platinum all access upgrade member in order to join us for that meditation. So, to join the Iron Goddess Spiritual Summit is absolutely free. And what you get for free is the most amazing lineup that I couldn't even have dreamt to put this lineup together. I'm like so excited. I counted this morning because I was making some posts and putting together the upgrade groups. And so for free, you have access to over 28 live live things that you can interact with. And that includes workshops, interactive workshops, um, live readings, lectures from our keynotes, and panel and live panel discussions where we discuss each. So hi Aisha, welcome. Yes, you can ask a personal question. I don't know if I'll answer it depending on how personal it is, but absolutely, please ask away. So, so by joining that, you have access to all of that, as well as live sales. We have some live sales going on in there. A lot of the live sellers that are in there are given special discounts on their products, and so it's going to be a 3-day immersive event, and it's free to join. So, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to share the link in here. I believe I saved it, so I just want to make sure that I did. I did not. That's a password protected area. So I will find it. My friends I add, what kind of person is he? Oh yeah, yeah. So you'd like to ask a psychic question. Aisha. Welcome to unfortunately Samantha isn't here with us today. But I'm happy I have my cards with me. I do have a couple of questions before yours, but yeah, I'll answer that for you. Absolutely, darling. We'll have a look. Welcome, and just give me a couple minutes. We've got a couple people before you and we'll get going. So I wanted to tell you about the summit because I wanted to tell you that it's free to join. It's a 3-day immersive event. You're going to have access to these amazing spiritual leaders, and did I say it's free to join? So I will share that link. I want to get going on some readings. Again, this would be with Samantha, but you're welcome, Aisha, but she is helping a neighbor right now with her dear dog that I believe is passing away. So so the first question of today is from this question is from Sam. Um, and okay, well, this is going to be recorded. So, yeah, so this will be recorded, Aisha, so you can check back. It'll keep it up live and you can check back if you miss it. But I got to get through the people that were here before you. So thank you for your patience, so I appreciate it. So the first question is from Sam, and Sam wants to know, will my son's father realize he has made a mistake and try to reconcile and save the relationship that we had? Okay. Oops. Well, so as you can see, Samantha, like half of my deck just fell on the floor. That means those cards do not apply to your reading. I'll give you a quick reading on this. Okay, so excuse me. Um, I think this is kind of like a two-part question. So like I feel like both of those parts of the question can't be either a yes or a no. So I'm going to ask them actually separately. Because that first question is, will my son's father realize he has made a mistake, right? So so the answer, the way that I read my cards is, more blacks is a no, and more reds is a yes. You do have a no answer here. I just don't see him realizing that he's made a mistake. I really don't. I feel like he doesn't right here with this on this side here with this nine of hearts. It tells me he does, and it's reversed. So it tells me like he doesn't really know what he wants right now. And I feel like kind of like you're in that same headspace too. Like you're not sure what you want right now, but you know what you don't want and you don't want it to end. But but I think that he just really doesn't know what he wants. So he's feeling kind of justified about that. You know what I mean? And on the other side of all this, because you notice when I laid this out, the nine was on one side and the six was on the other. And this is really all about this is about house and family and home and settling down. So on the other side of that is like, he doesn't know what he wants. He feels like he hopefully wants that family and that house and that settling down. And it's really a positive kind of look on it all. But when we look at all of these cards in the middle here, what we see is that, I mean, that this, first of all, is like he is not admitting that he is a cheater. So my three, straight up, this is somebody that's like taking off their pants, dropping trowel, and having a relationship with someone else. But since it's reversed, it means technically he's not cheating. So he's not, in his mind, he's not believing that he's cheating. He's not believing that he's doing these things. Could it be like kissing? Could it be spending time together? Emotional cheating is like the most painful kind. Absolutely, it could be those. But this card tells me that he's not actually like performing the act of naked sex cheating. Um, and he doesn't necessarily want to completely walk away, but he's really worried. He's really worried about making that decision. So in his mind, I think that he's just not going to realize that he's made a mistake. I don't know if he's capable of it, because this is all like in his head. These are his thoughts and these are in his mind. So I'm going to go with no about realizing that he's made a mistake. Now I have three cards here. I do have three cards, but I am going to pull two more. And this answer to your question is he going to um, try to reconcile and save the relationship we had? That's a yes. So if it's possible for him to reconcile and save that relationship that you had together without having to realize that he's made a mistake, that's the direction that he's going to go in. This is a temporary situation, and he believes that this whole situation with the two of you is a temporary situation. So, yeah, well, I mean, I think that he just doesn't really believe that he did anything wrong, and that's kind of this is kind of like what these cards say, is that he doesn't really believe that he did anything wrong. So there we are with that. This is like the disbelief. This is I don't believe. Yeah, he's hoping to forgive and forget. There's a lot of good things in here though with the if the relationship does reconcile, and that's my four of hearts coming into marriage. He doesn't want marriage right now, but that is the future goal of the relationship. I don't feel like feels like you are in love with each other right now. You know, that in love feeling just isn't, um, that in love feeling just isn't there right now. And his finances. And I know we talk about his finances because I know I've talked with you and worked with you before on this, but there's something that will shift with his finances. And I think that he, perhaps it's like the new home or whatnot. He's got a lot of worries around it, and there's a lot of arguing. But he does want to reconcile and save the relationship. So yeah, it looks like the separation is temporary. Well, it looks like in his mind the separation is temporary. I want you to remember and keep in mind that in any relationship, you always have free will. So I'm reading the energy of this relationship where you are in this moment. Now, tomorrow or this afternoon, or even after hearing this reading, your whole energy around it might change and you might have a different game plan in mind. So if you allow it and if you decide that you want to stay in it, yes, that relationship is going to come back around and reconcile. So I don't do timelines, Samantha. I appreciate you asking about that. I'm not a timeline. Yeah, free will is definitely key, and I'm not a timeline reader. I like to give you the energy around it, and know that you control your timelines. And so yeah. So thank you so much for submitting that question. I hope it was helpful. I'm just gonna have a quick drink, and then we're gonna get on to the next question. I think we might have lost Aisha, but she says she is gonna check back later. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, timelines vary for sure. Okay, so the next question is from Amy, and Amy would like to know, will my son and his girly get the house? His girly girl. Okay, so Amy, for you, we're looking for a yes or no. Will my son and his girly get the house? Okay, so they will get a house. So I am getting a yes answer around that. So the direct answer is a yes, okay? Um I feel like there's some problems here over here. There's like some problems with some things that come up or maybe need to be done. Like it looks like from a I don't know if it's like the legal paperwork or it feels like the things in the background of it, that like the legal requirements maybe or something. There's just there's like something in there that just, I mean, it's just not settling right with them. So I think that they have the opportunity to get the house. It does look like maybe they I don't know if they have enough income. It might even be like an income verification type thing or something like that, but they have enough money to pay it. It just looks like that legal stuff next to their bank account is not adding up or doesn't match up. So I hope that makes sense to you. But I do get a yes answer, and I do see them getting a house. It might end up being not that house, and I feel like this is something that is very very close to your energy that they want to button up. So, and it looks like it's not too far away from you either. And that's why I think like where it feels very close to you, it feels maybe even close in happening because I don't do timelines, but it does feel close to you in proximity. So, and this right here is easy driving distance, right? So my 10 is far away, and my 4 is by car, but this 10 is reversed. So it's not that far away by car. So I think that they're going to be coming a little bit closer. I think the opportunity is going to be there for that house. I'm just not really sure if like there's something there in that legal paperwork that might make them look elsewhere, but they are getting house. So um, yeah, so thank you so much, and I hope that was helpful. Was there anything that you needed to add to that, Amy, or was that good coverage? Good coverage. I'm just going to give you a minute to answer that while I get up that link for my summit. actually rather copy that. Copy, copy, copy. Paste, paste, paste. That's how I got through most of perfect sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, so I am just going to quick share the Iron Goddess Summit link. The reason that we are doing these free live readings for you all is to help promote our upcoming Iron Goddess online spiritual summit. And this summit is to be held on March 12th through the 14th. It is free to attend. And with your free registration, you actually get a lot of access. This isn't one of those bait and switch type things. Like I counted out this morning, and I think we were at like 28 free offerings just on the workshops and lectures. And then on top of that, we've got live panel discussions with the keynotes. We've got live readings. There's just so much, and even some, maybe some bonus material, who knows, but that's a lot for absolutely free. 3 day fully immersive. And you're welcome, Amy, thank you so much. And there are upgrade options, and we're being really transparent with the upgrade options, to let you know that you have an option to upgrade. You don't have to upgrade to completely to immerse yourself in the summit and enjoy it. However, if you upgrade, there are two upgrades. The first upgrade is um, just it's only lifetime. It's lifetime unlimited replay access. So and that's really reasonably priced, and you get lifetime access to all of the free offerings that happen throughout the summit. So if you had to work or you missed some things, you can just go back and watch them, or if you want to kind of refresh yourself. And inside of that upgrade, there's also some little bonuses and discounts and coupons and downloads and workbooks and meditations, some little extras that we throw in for you. And then there's like that big upgrade. And that big upgrade is the Platinum All Access upgrade. It's that Platinum All Access Pass. And that gives you everything that's in the lifetime access, up the lifetime replays access, but you also get this like special community that you can join, where you can connect with us at our private um, Airbnb in Orlando, where all the keynotes and myself will be staying. And you can be involved in morning meditations with us. You can be involved with like kind of evening celebrations with us. You can pop in when we're on our lunch breaks. You will be doing like maybe live, not maybe, we'll be doing like live pop-ups throughout the summit when we feel inclined inside of that private group. You get a backstage pass to all of our live broadcasts, which means that you can actually just kind of sit there in the backstage and be involved. And every now and then we might even just pull your picture up on the screen and recognize you, and you can be directly involved in the Q&As, submit your questions, get them answered. And then finally, you get access to the private breakout rooms that we will be setting up for each of the keynotes after the keynote speech. So you can be involved in that conversation. It's a fully immersive experience. And of course, there's also little bonuses and extras in that group. And we pop in and talk with you. And you can just kind of really form, it's a nice community. It's a really nice community. I think I'm probably missing some things because there's so many things involved with that. But go on over to irongoddesssummit.com and check it out, and you can learn all about it. So again, that's irongoddesssummit.com. So there's three S's in there, so it's Iron Goddess Summit. And I have it right here in the links and my YouTube. And I am going to go ahead and answer that third question. So let me just clear Amy's question off of the board. And this is going to be for Aisha. And I'm not going to write on the board. I'm just going to ask your question. So Aisha met somebody in November, and this is a friend named Zayad. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Zayad or Zayad. And she wants to know what kind of person he is. Okay. So this is for Aisha, and this is what kind of person that Zayad is. So just give me a little minute. Okay. Listen, I mean, honestly, this is probably like if I was given a reading, this is probably the reading that most women wish for when it comes to meeting somebody, what kind of person they are. Okay, for the male energy to be have so many hearts in here. The first thing that I want to let you know is like he's always communicating positive. He's a positive communicator. He's always got like, don't worry about it. I can hear him like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. He doesn't worry about the little things. He is looking for his, like, I feel like there's marriage around him. I feel like there's like fatherhood around him. I feel like there's romance around him. And I feel like he's financially secure and so he's got his finances together. He's very romantic. He's got fatherhood around him. He's got marriage around him, and he's a great communicator. I mean, really, honestly, this is like too good to be true, right? But I feel like you might be telling yourself that, like, this is maybe too good to be true. I don't know. Everybody has their, their ids, their things that they have to work through. However, this really feels like a very warm, loving, caring person that's got his financial crap together and is good at communicating things. I feel a little bit I feel a water sign around him. Like I feel like he could be a Scorpio, a Cancer, or a Pisces. I'm really leaning towards Scorpio because I feel like he can be like just as nice as he can be just as nasty. And it's not, and I think it's just like he's so deep in his emotions that he's just like kind of emotionally, I don't want to say unstable because he's very deep in those emotions, but it's a marriage proposal from him. Wow. Okay. Well, welcome. Are you asking, is there a marriage proposal from him? Are you asking or are you telling? Because this right here tells me that this guy wants marriage, this guy wants kids, this guy wants it all. So I would say if he hasn't proposed already, there is a proposal out in the future. Absolutely 100%. Just know that that those emotions when he goes on that other side of things and just goes into emotional spiral, he doesn't mean it. He's just hurting and I don't know if he'll be able to find it to apologize. That's just how I am, but I feel like he's doesn't mean it. Like he's not a hurtful person. So, cool, he is true. Oh, cool. Yes, absolutely. Very good match for you. I like the way it fits. I do see marriage proposal and definitely keep me in the loop, girl. So, yay. Well, you got a good man. Listen, you got a man, and it is scary. It is scary because, like, on the other side of things, like, we're not really sure, like, where to turn and is this too good to be true? But I'll tell you, this is a man that is romantic. He is in love. This is a man that wants to be a father. This is a man that wants to be married. This is a man that communicates. And he's got his finances together. So these are all the things that we ask for. So yeah, he's a Leo. Okay, interesting. Interesting. I would be curious to know when you check his um like if he did a full astrological chart, if there wasn't some water signs in there. You know what I mean? But Leos can be very loving and kind and sweet. And that makes sense and that matches. But there is a little bit of an like he is deep in his emotions. So, and he proposed to you. I'm so happy to hear that. Congratulations, girl. I don't know about anybody else that's kind of watching, but maybe even like, let me know like what would you do? Because I'm saying, I can't tell you what to do. Your guides aren't going to tell you what to do, but do what just do what feels right to you. You know what I mean? Um I know it's too good to be true. You're trying to see those red flags. I get it. Um, trust your intuition, but this guy's going to wait. He's going to wait as long as it takes. So I hope that was helpful. He's a good match. Um, I can't tell you what to do, but if that was my reading, I would definitely be jumping in on that. Okay, Xanadu, how are you doing, honey? Welcome. What's coming in for love for you? Xanadu, what a beautiful name. Welcome. And Aisha, make sure that you go on ahead, follow that link, and join the summit if you haven't already, because this is like going to be like a totally 3-day immersive event. And maybe you can tell him Give me until March 14th to decide, because on the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th, you're going to be going through a series of growth for yourself on a spiritual level where you're just kind of digging deep and finding like what is holding you back, maybe from making that decision, where that fear is coming from. And then on the second day, we're going to work on kind of shifting it and changing it and getting you really in tune with your intuition. And then on that last day is going to be full of empowerment so that when you give him an answer, it's a very confident answer, right? So definitely follow that link and join our summit. We'd love to see you in there. Okay, Xanadu, what's coming in for love for me? Okay. Okay, Xanadu. All right, so so you are doing some, I'm seeing some manifestation going on, and I'm going to show you this right at the middle of all this. See, if you look at these cards right at the middle of all this, get my finger lined up. Well, right there is my Nine of Clubs. Nine of Clubs is like, this is like manifesting in action, right? This is active manifesting when we're doing that nine. We're talking to our higher self. We're lighting candles. We're praying on it. We're really doing things to kind of help shift that energy. You know what I mean? And so I feel like at the center of all this, you are like, you know what you want. You're ready for it. Like, you know what you want. There's my Queen of Hearts. She's all, she wants to be in love. She's ready for love. She has love. And the man that you see, or the person that you see, I should say, is very masculine. So I'm going to go on a limb here and say this is a man. A lot of masculine energy around this is is definitely insight, and you know exactly what you want. And I like that, because instead of, a lot of times we look at what we don't want and then we miss seeing what we want. But I feel like what happens is, you know exactly what you want, you're manifesting, you're putting it out. And I think that what I see for you coming in is a gradual long-term committed relationship, and a gradually falling in love. So in other words, it looks to me like it's there, but it's not quite there yet. So keep up the work, because this is a long-term committed relationship, and this is just really totally being in love with someone. So I do see love coming in your future, and it looks like this is going to be exactly what you're looking for. It's what you set out for. So keep burning those candles, keep doing what you've been doing. And I also feel like this person is going to have like like I feel like this person's hair is lighter, but not like, not as light as mine. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is going to be a light type. You're welcome, Aisha. So I feel like this is going to be kind of a light type. And it also feels like this person is like connected to like finances. So this person is either like a banker, or an investor, or like in the money market funds, mutual funds, something like that. So I feel like you're going to meet that person through that industry. And I feel like there might even be, I mean, except for that we all go to the bank, I think that there's a little deeper connection to you and that industry. And so I feel like you're connected to where you're going to meet that person. So there you go. Again, Xanadu, thank you. I hope it was helpful. And I am looking forward to, I hope that you've go ahead and follow that link that's in the chat. I'm going to put it in here again to join our Iron Goddess Online Spiritual Summit. It is completely virtual, and the replays, if you do decide to stay for free and you don't want to upgrade, the replays are available for 24 hours after the summit concludes. So in other words, they starts on the 12th, goes to the 14th, but the replays are available until midnight on the 15th, right? So if you have to work, like you can watch those replays after work, in between. You can pick and choose what you want to watch. Of course, it's always more fun if you're live. However, yeah, we can do that. So, oh, thank you, Sha. Yeah, that summit is going to be amazing. And honestly, if you're unsure of it, go on ahead, follow that link. We've got our interactive website up. You can check out all the keynotes. You can see what everybody's up to. And this is the main reason why we're doing these live readings. Listen, I also want to let you know that today is the last, this is not today, this is right here, the last live reading that we're going to do for the public, right? after today, all of our interactions that are live like this are moving over to our private Facebook group. And that private Iron Goddess Summit Facebook group is a perk for signing up for the summit. So you follow that link, you join the summit, make sure you go to your email and confirm that you're coming, right? Because you get notified by email of everything as it comes out for those 3 days. And then you'll have access to our Facebook group. Lots of spiritual people in there. And we will be popping in and doing some little mini panels, some mini readings for our members. So, yeah, thank you, Sha. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. So, all right. Well, does anybody have any other questions that they'd like to ask while I'm like flipping my cards around? I feel like there may be one more. I feel like there may be one more popping in for a reading. So I'm just going to wait a minute and then I'm just going to close this up and I'm going to get back to work, back to summit work, getting things ready for our big day. Does anybody have any questions about the summit? That's a great thing to ask too. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead, Loon Witch. And then Pumpkin, I'll get you. Oh, no, Loon Witch is bumping you. Pumpkin, what's your question? We'll get you. Thank you, honey. Cute name. I love that. Pumpkin. Okay. Will Jerry B ever respond to my texts? Okay, Pumpkin wants to know if Jerry B's ever going to respond to her. Ever is such a long time. I always tell people that ever is such a long time. So listen, I've got an absolute yes here for you. And it looks like it's going to be kind of out of the blue, and it looks like it's going to be like surprise, surprise, surprise. So, and this I'm just going to show you what I'm looking at here, okay? It looks like all of the brighter colored red cards signify a yes for me. So you definitely get a yes answer here. It looks to me like he's been kind of like creating his own crap, creating his own drama, not so much. Like I feel like he's maybe even been like things have been like it's like is this in my control? Is this out of my control? Like he feels trapped and stuck, but he's realizing that he's not as trapped and stuck as he thought, and he's wondering like it seems to be maybe before he thought it was coming from all different directions, but a lot of it he's just like kind of self manifested or self um created, right? So, but that's the only bad thing there. The rest of it is like, he's got to mature up. He's a mature person. He needs to mature up. He needs to figure things out. But when it comes to, I think that he's going to return your tasks when he's ready to, um, when he's ready to commit to communication, right? So that's what I'm hearing. So it's like it's not that's where the start is. When he's ready to commit to communicating is when he's going to reach out. And I don't do timelines. I'm not a timeline psychic. Sometimes when we don't know the timelines, it happens faster. Usually my readings are in a 6-month time period, but you definitely get a yes answer there. And I think that he's kind of waiting for you to not be mad at him anymore. So I hope that that's helpful for you. And let me see. I've got a bunch of cards on the floor, so excuse me for a minute, guys. All right, now that I don't have so much here. Oh, my neighbor's home. I'm just gonna move myself a little more in the middle here. Maybe. Oh, I have myself locked. Oh, well, anyways, we'll keep it like that. We'll just keep it like that. You're welcome, Pumpkin. I hope you find it helpful. Okay, Loon Witch, I would like to know if I should create a quick oracle with my AI skills. Oh my goodness, girl. That is a great question. 100% absolutely yes, without a doubt. Now, here's the thing. Um, don't settle. Like, so make it quick. Make it quick. Definitely make it quick. Don't settle. If you're thinking of when you're creating this, I want you to know that you don't want to be thinking about selling it. Okay. Later down the road, it looks like maybe it could be a future thing, and maybe you're thinking of making it and selling it, which is absolutely all right. Your guides are like, yes, yes, right on, right on. I'm hearing that. But I'm also hearing when you create it, right? When you create it out of like working with that AI, create it out of love, and do it as if you're creating it for yourself, right? Or for somebody that's dear to you. Because I think that that's really like where you're going to nail it. It's much less expensive than what you had planned before. And I think that you've been toying around with this decision for a while, and it feels like it could definitely be a win-win. So I'm hearing absolutely. I've been playing. Girl, I'm glad I didn't watch you write that while I was doing the reading. So I hope that was helpful. According to your answer there, it does look like it was very helpful. So, hi, Mystical. Let me just make sure. So I need the amazing shell. Yes, I will do that. That's something, and that's the one thing about, once again, I'm just gonna as I'm creating my image, I keep thinking they are so fun and adorable. I want to put setting. Yes, that's absolutely it. Go for it. Run with it. And thank you. I'm glad it was helpful. One thing, that's a wonderful question too that kind of leads up to like why I'm doing the summit, why I'm here and why I'm doing it. So I have been practicing, obviously, um, helping others with their spiritual growth, giving spiritual guidance. Since I was 12 years old, actually, I really traded lunch money because I had to bring the brown bag lunch, and I traded lunch money that usually went in the trash because I made really good money during my lunch break, reading for my fellow classmates during cafeteria time. So they would give me some lunch money. I would go up, and I think my favorite thing to get, there was a couple of things, but really hands down was that square pizza. Man, I could, oh, I may bring some of it to our summit if I can find it. But yeah, that square school pizza, best stuff. Yeah, I couldn't get enough of that. That's why I'm a healthy woman now. So I've been really helping people spiritually. But one of the things that happened for me, as I kind of transitioned and as the world kind of turned from less of a one-on-one experience and more of like a virtual experience, like we're experiencing here, I started to kind of use some of my skill sets that I learned at a young age from my dad, working with programs, specifically programs, working with programs like this one that I'm using here to stream on, working with programs to help create websites, to create my own audio, my own CDs. Actually, my very first sales item was on a karaoke singing machine on cassette tapes, and I would sell them on eBay and mail the tapes to people. So, so I took those skills and I just really kind of built my, I say empire. I built my website. I built audio, video. So I wanted to kind of really turn up the volume because these are spiritual leaders. These are amazing spiritual women's plural, amazing spiritual people that are presenting at this summit. And so I wanted to really highlight my skills to be able to put on something of this magnitude. Um, her and I said, "Well, I'm spiritual and I need some people to do it." So I've got all these people together that are putting on this wonderful, amazing um these presentations for you. So yeah, Iron Goddess Spiritual Summit. I am going to add it again. I'm going to pop off in a little bit. So I'm going to be on for maybe about I got about 10 more minutes. So I want to go back because there is somebody that had a question. We got Pumpkin, we got Loon Witch. Um, did I answer your question, Mystical? I don't know if we did. Okay. So Shah writes, the Loon Witch writes, if you are tech terrified, Shell can ease you into understanding and making friends with technology. She will work alongside you and help you accomplish your goals. And that's absolutely true, for sure. I'm like what I am, Michelle Melio online. I am where spirituality meets technology. And here we are. Okay, so let me get you. All right. All right, Mystical. So will Scott and I reconcile? What's going on with that? Before I even lay out cards, it's like there's so much. There's so many other people. I bet you when I lay this out, I'm gonna get a bunch of people. Here we go. Okay. Um, right now it looks like there's just too much chatter going on. Okay. So I'm the honest, straight up reader. I don't just give people what I think they want to hear. I give you what you need to hear. And know that it's not necessarily permanent, but right now it doesn't look like there's reconciliation. And I feel like there's just like too much going on. And where we talked about before that that this card here, it's straight up. There's somebody else involved. There's somebody else in the middle that is just really getting in the way of things happening. Because I want you to know that between the two of you is this really strong soul connection. Absolutely. But it just feels like there's like a third party. And it actually feels like there's a lot of people involved in, whether you're going to reconcile or not, because it looks like everybody's got their business. Everybody's got their business. Everybody's got their face in your business. Like they're facing, they're looking around. Oh, no, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm passive aggressively telling you what to do. So it feels like eventually, like I think that it could. I never say no to people working things out, especially where there's such a strong soul connection between the two of you. But I don't know whether it would be in your best interest right now to even look into that, because I am getting like a kind of like a maybe right now. There's like it's almost like you've got to clear your path, he's got to clear his path, and then the two of you are going to be able to kind of meet in the middle and at least have a healed um relationship before even talking about reconciliation. So yeah, so I'm really sorry. I know that probably wasn't the news that you wanted to hear, but but honestly that's what I'm seeing. And maybe, of course, I'm here to promote that online summit, and maybe that online summit is going to be an opportunity for you to really be able to kind of dig deep and heal from this and discover, spend that first day just really kind of discovering, what it is like that you need to heal in your life. And then we kind of shift and change that whole perspective. And on day three, full of empowerment, that maybe if he does come crawling back, you can be like, hmm, sorry, buddy, you're too late. I deserve better. So yeah, so follow that link if you're interested. It is free to join. And again, I do apologize that probably wasn't the news that you wanted to hear. Okay, so I do believe that there was one question that somebody threw in there, Sammy, about the money, and then I am going to finish up. Should I settle with the money? This is going to be a hard one because I work with Sammy and I know Sammy, so it's going to be hard because I need to get my, like, I'm hearing your guides tell me to keep my opinion out of it. So I will just give you a straight up reading and I'm going to keep my opinion out of it. Yes, you should. If you're looking for a simple yes or no answer, you should. But the thing is, I want you to know with this is the financial situation, your lawyer has got it. So this is your lawyer here. Your lawyer has got it. Your lawyer is on top of it, and it looks to me like there are going to be like it looks to me like there are going to be some financial changes and all of that. So some things, so there's still some things that are going to be kind of so there's still some moving parts, right? So there's still some things that are moving around here, and I feel like as those moving parts, like they're showing me kind of like a Rubik's cube, and they're just putting it all together, putting it all together. So so your guides are saying yes. um you should settle with the money, but let it play out. So don't so what I'm hearing is yes is the answer, but let them come to you. Don't go to them, because the longer you wait to go to them, the more this Rubik's cube gets put into place. Okay? Right. I don't know if I did I have the same voice about Chris? No, I don't know. Did my voice change? I may have challenged. May have channeled. Okay, one last time, not to make it all about me, because it is not about me. This Iron Goddess Spiritual Summit, although I am showcasing my skills to be able to broadcast such a large event live, this is really about these wonderful, amazing keynote speakers, these women that have come together. I've worked with them personally. I know how amazing they are. I know how amazing their skills are. And I know what they bring to the table. And I'll tell you what, you'll be doing yourself a serious, serious injustice if you don't join. It's absolutely free. You have nothing to lose, unless you don't join, and then you have so much to lose, because there's so much opportunities that you will be passing up, that you'll be missing for yourself. So I just leave you with asking yourself, what would you do if on the 16th you just really look back, and you're still in that space, and you're still in that place where you were today, and you think about what could have happened had you joined. You have really nothing to lose. So thank you so much. Namaste to all of you. And again, please help me share in holding space for Samantha Banks. Samantha Banks was scheduled to go on live with me today and do the live readings. And at the very last minute, like literally 3 minutes before we went live, she sent a message to our group saying um, that she was taking care of a neighbor's dog that was dying, and that's what she does. That's what she does. She just helps with that whole transitional process. She's a very, very powerful, energetic being, and I know she helps hold space in the most difficult of situations. If anybody can handle it, it's her, but let's help her hold space. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I hope to see you on the inside at the Iron Goddess Spiritual Summit. Hurry up, we're less than a month away. Take care. You're welcome.